This is Duane and our dog Duke, and I am Deana. We are weekend warriors and travel in our 29-foot fifth wheel. So come and enjoy the journey with us. We are the best of us, the Floros.
Oh, what's up? This is a new segment for us. We're going to put together periodically some things that we're going through and experiencing, some funny, some tough, some items that we hope will be helpful for you. So we invite you to come along with us and find out what's up with the best of us, the Floros, this week. So, what's up? This week we're going to talk about something that truly is one of those you didn't see coming.
That's for sure.
As you probably know, if you followed us for a while, we had a travel trailer, switched to a fifth wheel. Mm-hmm. They got it all arranged for our truck, and then here recently we traded trucks, and it changed the whole paradigm.
So why did we change that truck?
Simply because we learned going out west that the other truck just didn't have the oomph that it needed to go to some places we wanted to go to.
It did okay, but going up towards the Grand Canyon, you said it was kind of like you
really
were afraid to mess up the transmission.
Yes.
Which would be, it's a lot of money.
Yes. And so we did some research, came across the truck that you now see in our video, a little more oomph in the motor to get us to all the places we hope to go to. In that process, the prior fifth wheel would not fit in this truck. The place we bought from covered the cost, put a whole new hitch system, marvelous system, first rate.
It can pull a big fifth wheel.
It can pull 10 times.
They kind of went overboard when they
Well, they did, but our RV dealership, they were encouraging us that, hey, now you can pull a bigger trailer. We're like, no. But it was nice of them to consider that.
Right.
So we hooked up, as we always had in the past, with our first trip out. And there's a wedge, not to get too lengthy, but there's a wedge that goes into the saddle in the fifth wheel to stabilize the unit at that point. And then they changed the bolt setup back underneath what in most RV fifth wheels is the bedroom area. And so it pivots back there. So short bed trucks like we've had and have enables them to swivel at a farther point away from the truck, and the two don't come together on sharp curves. So we didn't think anything about that wedge, and it was the wrong size wedge because, again, they upgraded our unit.
And we could tell by how it was when we turned.
Oh, my goodness.
We were going to a camp out, and we're making some turns, and that whole thing would just went boom.
Yes,
right?
it really jolted us
scary.
at one point. It was, because it now wasn't pivoting at one point, it was pivoting at 2 points.
Right.
And that's not good.
And you can kind of lose control of your RV, right?
So we went back to the RV dealership. They were able to order us a proper sleeve for this particular unit and to install that on our fifth wheel. And so, as you'll see in the video, that it kind of scratched up the saddle, as they call it, the head of the fifth wheel, and
put a little dent in it too.
And that's steel, and so we know we rocked that pretty hard. Yeah. And now that we have that, it pivots back at the proper point and not in the fifth wheel hitch saddle itself, and it's a lot safer, a lot more. It's a lot more comforting in pulling the unit, knowing that unit's not suddenly going to come up beside you or come into the truck.
Right. It had nothing to do with the RV dealership. It was the truck, the dealership that sold the truck, and they were being extremely nice and helpful. They had no idea. So it really wasn't anybody's fault. It's just that we realized quickly that we got a problem.
So if you're going to do this, if you're going to have the fixed mounting point, make sure that you have the proper sleeve for the fifth wheel saddle and for your particular unit. And so our RV dealer brought it in. They matched everything up once they had the new sleeve, and now it's fine. It's fine. But
so that was a mistake we made. We should have taken it straight to the RV dealership
Yes.
We didn't know, but
Yeah.
we should have, and they could have fixed it, and then we would have been good to go then, but we didn't know. I
Yes.
mean, you learn hard way.
Mm-hmm.
$400 or $500 later, you learn.
But it is so important
Yeah.
because based on the limit of that fifth wheel hitch will determine which stabilizer bar, which sleeve you need,
Right.
so that all the pieces fit together. And our prior sleeve was for a trailer that pulled hours, the max of hours, but the new fifth wheel hitch that the dealership got for us, like Deana said, would pull a much heavier.
Yeah, the big
hitch.
the big ones.
Yes.
Just the truck. That's not the truck that can pull a big
Right. We're not going to pull a
rig.
bigger.
No, I mean,
yeah.
but the hitch could do it.
Right.
You'd have to put the hitch in another truck.
And again, we just had a hitch in our giddy up.
Really? Feeling lucky, are you?
Sign here, just initial that.
So the second thing we want to address is really kind of stinging. It's, we've had a problem with yellow jackets here throughout the area. This end of summer, beginning of fall, they have been horrible.
Yeah, we had a nest in our front porch.
Yes. So people wouldn't come to visit us because they
No,
get I got stung.
Yeah,
the whole
he
point.
did.
And once I got stung, it was all
Then
out
it was
war.
war.
It was war. It was all out war. So we got that taken care of. Met a really nice man who has a exterminating business, and he came out and treated him, took care of him just like that. The next day we went to our RV and pulled it back to our storage
Right.
area.
It had been at the dealership for 2 weeks because we were
Yes.
waiting on that part to come in. And, I mean, they had a lot of land, so...
And they also, I've learned since then, they had a real problem with bees in their property.
Right.
But
and-
when we pulled our unit back and put it in storage, I didn't notice. Deana immediately noticed there were bees swarming all around me.
And we'd seen that before.
Yes.
We knew what that meant.
And they were going up underneath of our
Yeah.
lift jacks and propane tanks. And not only were they on the outside, they had gotten inside.
Well,
of
we
our
didn't. Yeah, we didn't know the gravity of it at the time.
Right. So we called our exterminator buddy, who now is pretty much family, as
Yeah.
many times we've been together.
Yeah.
And he came out, sized up the situation, determined some things, and he bombed our RV.
Right. But when he got there, he opened the door, and there were already yellow jackets without anything done. They were on our bed. They were everywhere. Probably about 10 of them or so. And he said they were trying to get out and they couldn't, and the heat probably killed them.
It definitely
So we knew we had
neutralized. Yes, because they, when you open the door, these yellow jackets, like here, were very aggressive.
Yes,
and so they would
they'll
come
after
at
you.
us.
Yes.
As we walked into the unit. So he bombed everything.
He did.
And then we went back the
Couple
days later,
couple days later,
just to see. And you swept up about how many
Oh,
yellow jackets in the
I
bathroom?
mean, you can see on the video how many were in the shower. I mean, I couldn't believe it, and they were all over everywhere.
Yes. And still swarming on the outside.
A little bit, yeah.
But the type of chemicals that he used were for them to get it on them and take it back to the hive. So there were still some active yellow jackets, but every time they went back to the nest, they were killing everything that was in there. And so we're going to eventually this fall get in there and pull the nest out.
We are.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to video you doing that. No, we'll get up in there because I want to find out where they're at, for
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
And I think I know the vent that had been disconnected is the way they went into the inside of the unit. We'll seal that down. I don't
Right.
think we have holes in our unit. They just found a vent to go through, and so we'll address that.
Yeah.
So we just got back from a fantastic bike ride on our new bikes, and what a joy it is. But here's one more what's up. Somewhere along the way, I lost the nut that holds the front wheel on my bike. Don't know where it went, don't know what I did, it was gone. So there was the possibility the wheel could come off while I was riding it. That is never a good thing, just trust me on that. So we went back to the dealership where we bought the bikes, Bicycle One in Gahanna, Ohio. What a first-rate operation, took care of us. They are having difficulties, like everybody, getting parts, but they were able to find one and give it to us so that we could get bike active again. So thank you, Bicycle One, and appreciate having some good people out there to take care of us. Meant a lot, and as you can tell, we worked up a little bit of a sweat today. So that's what's up with us today. So if you haven't subscribed yet, take just a minute. Just takes a minute, but boy, it helps us a lot. And subscribe. And also, if you'd like to know when we have new videos being released, just push the bell. It'll give you a notification. And as always, if you've enjoyed this has been helpful for you, to you, be sure and give us a thumbs up. There it is. Give us a thumbs up and just let us know that we're on track with helping you and everyone else with what we're doing. So from the best of us, the Floros, to the best of you, have a great, great week. Bye now.